first of all, I want to get started with the festival because I'm excited. It's not that far away now. Now, so
Yes,
tell us about the festival because I'm getting hyped about it.
Yes, sir. We have just over 30 days until the festival, which is going to be held on Saturday, September the 10th. That's the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy Festival. Saturday, September the 10th at 601 East 17th Street in Wilmington, Delaware. And the festival will be from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. We have instrumentalists. We have a brother who's going to play the guitar. We have another brother who's going to play the trombone. We have a youth drill team that's going to drill on their drums and do what they do. We have a brother coming from Chicago who has the best Michael Jackson impersonation I have ever seen. He looks just like him. He dances just like him. And he's going to be doing an entire medley of Michael Jackson hits. So if you never had a chance to see Michael Jackson in the flesh, you can see the best rendition of the King of Pop. We will also have the Universal African Dance and Drum Ensemble. Gil Scott-Heron's band may be there. We also have another band coming down from Long Island, New York. It's just going to be packed. We also have a fashion show again, and I will be getting married.
Wait a minute, you're not getting married again to 2 more women, are you?
Get married again. 2 more queens, Robert David. 2 more queens. But we want everybody to know that the wedding is a fashion show wedding. It's not an actual legal marriage ceremony.
Because you know how much controversy was stirred up last year.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The fashion show is going to start at 6 p.m. And the acts are going to begin at 12 noon. And it's just going to be a great day. We have games for the children again. We have more T-shirts, more giveaways. There's going to be a red, black, and green FDMG pillow raffle that's going to be free for those who register online. We have vendors. I think we're going to have more vendors than last year, more food than last year. It's just going to be a great, great day, Saturday, September the 10th. And this is going to be our last festival, Bobby David, until the school is renovated. That's a decision that we had made. I really thought the school would be renovated this year. Unfortunately, as I shared last time on your show, we got scammed by another black contractor. This time it was a plumber who scammed us. Did the work until he got the money, and then when he got the money, never finished the job. So, so it's no need to do any more festivals after this year if the Marcus Garvey building isn't done. So that's where we are with that. But I'm looking forward to it. We want everybody to come out, especially our donors and supporters from all around the country. Bring your children. We have an entire section of games for children, so please bring your children. But we're very much looking forward to it. A lot of work goes into it, and Saturday, September the 10th is going to be the day. Please register. If you don't register, you get nothing for free. I want to say that again. If you don't register, you get absolutely nothing for free. FDMGfestival.com. If you want to be a vendor, FDMG Vendors with an S, FDMGVendors@gmail.com. There's no more room for performances. We already have more people who are going to be taking the stage than we can handle. But it's going to be a great, 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 great day. Make sure you donate to the FDMG Academy. We don't make money off this fest. We lose money off this fest. But we do it for the love of the people who've been supporting us during this 8.5-year journey. So go to your Cash App, $FDMG School. Again, on your Cash App, $FDMG School. And on your PayPal, paypal.me/FDMG Academy. September 10th. I can't wait for it to get here.
Me too. And I know you don't make money off of this because you give away so much. The swag bags that you give away cost a lot in of itself.
Yes, they do.
Wow. Yes, they do. I still got my swag bag. I got the whole thing. It's like a collectible now. You know how they have like baseball collectibles and all that. I got it. I got it in my trophy case. It's a collectible. So that 30 years from now, they'll say, "Wow, that's really worth something. That's valuable."
Indeed, absolutely. And we're asking folks who came last year, wear your wristband from last year.
Oh yeah, okay.
Those who wear their wristband from last year will be entered into the special raffle to get the pillow.
Wow, I got my wristband and my cup, my T-shirt. Man, I'll be wearing that T-shirt out, and I don't even think I washed it yet.
I appreciate it. We're going to have some paraphernalia coming this way soon as well.
Matter of fact, my barber, his name is Ryan. He asked me about what's going on, and I was telling him that, that you were being gypped with your contractors, and that you were trying to find some legitimate, worthy contractors, and that had been part of the problem. Because I know that people be wondering, and I say, look, I don't care how long it takes. If it don't happen this year, maybe next year. If not, then I don't care. It's the fact that you are making the attempt to open it up, which means so much to me. Who else is making this attempt? Who else is going out that far to try to make something for our boys and girls so they can have a much better future? So if it don't happen this year, happen next year, just keep going till it do happen.
Absolutely. We got to keep going. And it's amazing, Bob and David, when you look at the detractor community, not to give them too much attention, but they're constantly asking for updates for the school as if this is the only institution we are in need of. This is not the only institution we are in need of. This is one school that's going to serve a limited amount of children. Mm-hmm. Yes, we'll be the only black independent school that can serve children in 4 states. Yes, we will be the largest independent black school campus in the country, but we're still just one operation. We need schools everywhere. We need banks everywhere. We need hospitals everywhere. We need supermarkets everywhere. We need distribution networks everywhere. We need business incubators everywhere. We need a manufacturing sector to put black people to work to make the things that we need to survive as a people. We need them everywhere. People are standing around watching us do what we're doing with FDMG when they should be busying themselves with trying to create another relevant institution that the community needs. There's so much that has to be done. No one should have time sitting around watching DrUmarJohnson's every move.
Well, I'm thinking that, once the school opens up, it'll be such a role model that other people will, follow up on. Maybe you could just open it up in different states, in different cities. Once you have the blueprint, just move it around, because it certainly is needed.
We definitely plan to franchise it. We definitely plan to franchise it, Bob and David. Actually, I'm in Newark, New Jersey right now. I was in Brooklyn today filming for my Shockumentary, America's Psychoacademic War Against Black Boys. And, of course, yesterday I was at Malcolm X Park at 52nd and Pine at the 17th Annual African Independence Day celebration there. But we were interviewing parents in Brooklyn today, and I'm going to interview parents in Newark, New Jersey tomorrow. This is actually our 3rd day of interviewing parents in Newark. That's how great the response has been here. We also need black men, Bob and David. I haven't got enough black men to tell the story of what they went through when they were in school. You might be 35 years old now, but you might have been miseducated. You might have been put in special ed unnecessarily. You might be 25 years old now, but you might have been diagnosed with ADHD. You might have been kicked out of school. So we need more black men to step up. We're not getting enough black men to step up and tell their story. If anybody's interested, please text your name and your city to my phone. And even people listening around the country, Bob and David, who have a testimonial and they're willing to be interviewed, text my phone no matter where you live, because the way the documentary is going to proceed is every year we hope to do a different volume of the documentary, Bob and David. So it will be a series. So this is series number 1, Mid-Atlantic, Maryland, Delaware, District of Columbia, Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. Volume 2 will be Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, and Minneapolis, as well as Wisconsin. So we're going to do volumes, Bob and David, until we've covered the entire country. So if we're doing 5 or 6 states per volume, it's going to take us about 9 or 10 episodes of the documentary to complete the entire country. So this is a mission and a movement, and we need people to step up and tell their stories. I'm a little disappointed because some people have pulled out. People get scared at the last minute.
Why?
Yeah, people get scared. I've had parents pull out. They're afraid they might treat my child different. If they found out I was on this documentary, I might get in trouble at my job. If I found out I was on this documentary. The thing is, Bob and David, and not to say that some of those complaints are not valid, because I did have some teachers who said, hey, Doc, I'm close to retirement. I got to watch it right now. Okay, understandable. We can put you in the next Shockumentary volume. But the thing is, Bob and David, black people have to stop coming up with exceptions for their participation in the struggle. This is why we can't get nowhere. Everybody has an exception. We say we for liberation. We say we for freedom. We say we for justice. And then when it's time to move out and do something that's going to go a long ways towards guaranteeing that better education for our children, something that's going to guarantee less discrimination against our babies, less abuse in the schools. We say, well, you know, I might get in trouble here, I might get in trouble there, I can't do this, I can't do that. We got to watch that, because that's why we don't get nowhere, because everybody has conditions for their participation in liberation. Well, guess what? When you're truly interested in the liberation of your people, you don't have no damn conditions. There are no conditions. Harriet Tubman didn't have no conditions. Nat Turner didn't have no conditions. George Jackson didn't have no conditions. Denmark Vesey, Gabriel Prosser, Emperor Dessalines, Kasatla Overture, Deedon Kamasi of the Land and Freedom Army in Kenya. They didn't have no conditions. Whatever it takes to win, that's what we will do. Negroes got a whole bunch of conditions. And that's why, and if you can't stand up for a documentary, I mean, if you can't even speak out about the truth, Bobby Davis,
the truth,
you damn sure ain't going to do nothing about the truth. But so many people have backed out on me. Even today, we had some people who chose not to show up at the last minute. People are scared to tell the truth about what is happening with their children. And that is why I am more determined than ever to see this documentary through. The documentary, just like the school, Bobby Davis, are two projects that are a long time coming. But if everything goes well, the documentary will be done around February, and we will have the first showing inside of the Emperor Dessalines and Prophet Nat Turner Gymnasium. That's the plan. Black History Month, 30 days, 30 nights of programming, which will include the grand opening, the grand viewing, the grand showing of the Shockumentary, America's Psychoacademic War Against Black Boys.
Back in the days, you know, we weren't afraid to talk about revolution. We weren't afraid to talk about black power. We weren't afraid to talk about love. They said, but then it had died out. And I said, well, it's time for us now to regurgitate some of those same sentiments, you know, because with the rise of white supremacy and the rhetoric that they have been espousing, why shouldn't we be able to say what we want to say, do what we want to do without fear of retribution? Because if they could talk what I consider them to be crazy, they can't say what we are saying is crazy, because what we say is the truth.
Baba David, we have been psychologically handicapped by our oppressor, and that is our quagmire. We've been psychologically handicapped by our oppressor. One thing that makes the Black Revolution so unique in this country, Baba David, is we are probably the only group of oppressed people in the history of the world, and absolutely the modern world, and definitely the 20th and 21st century. We are the only oppressed group ever who never fought their oppressors for their freedom. This is very important in order to understand our predicament. We never fought the American white power structure for our freedom, not systematically. We fought with them. We fought with them in order to prevent an anarchy or a separate country from coming into existence on a civil war. But we never fought the government that enslaved us. We fought with them. So that's number one. Number two, which is related to number one, Baba David, the other issue that we have in our psychological handicap is we actually value the opinion that our oppressors have about us. And that is a very significant part of our situation, Baba David. We are still psychologically dependent upon white people for our validation.
That approval.
We buy a new house. When we get our master's or our doctorate, we have to get a house in the white suburb. We have to be around them to feel like we've made it. We have to buy all their expensive jewelry. Look at our buffoonery celebrities, our buffoonery hip-hop artists, our buffoonery comics, our buffoonery actors and athletes. They have to surround themselves with the most expensive thing that white people make. That is a form of validation. If I have to go and buy what you make, if I have to go and live where you live, if I have to go and marry your daughter in order to feel like I'm somebody special, that means I'm still dependent upon you for my validation. And Baba David, that's why the conversation about internal reparations is so important for us as a race. Because until we take care of the business of internal reparations, I don't even know why we're talking about external reparations. Because until the community has been healed, nothing put in it from the outside will benefit it. It's like going to the hospital for diabetes and heart disease but you won't change the way you eat. It doesn't matter what they do for you. It doesn't matter what medication they do for you. Until you are ready to change the way you think, feel, and behave, nothing done to you from the outside. We keep on using governmental reparations as an excuse and a distraction from the fact that we are a $2 trillion people that barely owns absolutely nothing. Baba David, what do we control? See, the difference between the Negro and all other races is they are obsessed with the accumulation of power. They are obsessed with the accumulation of power because they understand the only way you guarantee your children's children a fighting chance in this world is to be able to give them control of something, Baba David. Not to buy them a Mercedes, not to get them a Gucci bag or Gucci rag or Louis bag or some Jordans. That is not what matters in this world. What matters in this world is control of land, control of industry, control of institutions, control of government and economic systems. That's what the Chinese, that's what the European Jew, that's what the Anglo-Saxon, that's what the Arab, the Latino, the East Indian, that's what they're about. And all we want to do is surround ourselves with expensive, useless junk that makes us feel like we're more important than we are.
That's true. David had, I think, 2 Chainz had a show on TV called Expensive Is, Most Expensive Is. He would go around trying to find the most expensive stuff that they could find, and it would encourage those young black people with money to go out and partake in those things.